Now, if someone came up to you right before the start of the 2021 NBA season and just straight up told you that with Klay Thompson out for the season, Steph Curry was about to average a whopping 32 points, win the scoring title, and break plenty crazy records on amazing efficiency per usual, I'm sure you'd assume the Warriors made the playoffs with Curry as the league MVP favorite. I think we all would. But nah, instead, after the best season we've seen from Steph since 2016, he probably won't win MVP and the Warriors miss the playoffs. And a huge reason for disappointment and just the Warriors' struggles this year was simply the lack of reliable options offensively. They relied way too much on the slim shoulders of Steph Curry. He can only carry so much. But there is something that can help ease this load. It's called the 2021 NBA Draft, and drafting a 3-point specialist in Moses Moody, Arkansas's 6'6" lottery talent that will probably be available in the mid-first round for the Warriors just because this draft is that deep. And one thing is for sure, the Warriors should not pass this up if they land the opportunity. They need to draft this man. And no, I haven't forgotten about Klay. I know he's expected to be back and maybe even better next season. But some bench depth never hurt anybody. He would improve the roster. And today, let me tell y'all why Moses Moody to the Warriors needs to happen to fit both ways, and why I honestly hope it happens, and I'm not even a Warriors fan. So yeah, but before I move on, what's up YouTube? Plug Speaks back with a vid. If you're new, first of all, welcome. Go ahead and sub. Also like the vid if you enjoy. I drop bangers 3 to 4 times a week, and we are currently grinding for 5K, so I'd for sure appreciate it. But back to the vid though. So why I'm advocating for Moses Moody to land in Golden State. But let me just say, I believe Moses Moody could thrive on most teams, and I'll explain why before I get into the specific fit with the Warriors. Because Moses Moody is not much of a ball dominant player. He really matches the 2-guard role pretty easy. I mean, his height of 6'6" is basically perfect for the position. He's able to play off the ball, knows his spots very well, and just gets his buckets. And his skills on offense are centered around his ability to shoot the ball and to be pretty good at it, which is of course something that every single team could use. Now, overall at Arkansas, he played in 32 games and put up 17 points, 6 rebounds, and just under 2 assists on a solid 43% from the field, 36% from 3 on 5 attempts per game. Pretty good. He also had 5 games with at least 4 threes. So yeah, he's legit. And I know this may sound like an excuse, but trust, his ability to shoot, or at least his potential as a shooter, is much better than what those percentages would have you believe. And those percentages aren't even bad, but it should really be 45% from the field and somewhere around 38% from 3. It's just that some very uncharacteristic shooting nights in March Madness messed him up. Y'all know how stats are. But just looking at his shooting form, you've gotta admit, it looks pure. But yeah, he's also solid defensively, provides good length, averaged a steal, nearly 1 block, and overall he's just a lottery talent like I said. Mind you, he just turned 19 last week. There's so much potential. But yeah, now that we understand what he brings to the table, let's talk about his actual fit to this Warriors team. And now for one, his abilities match greatly with the Warriors offense. And I'm not sure what Steve Kerr's actual playbook says, but when I'm watching the Warriors run offense, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's basically just, can we get Steph open or get him a mismatch for a 3? Or can we use Steph as a decoy for someone else to cut to the basket? Or can we get someone open on the perimeter using Steph? And basically, Steph is the offense, drawing double teams, drawing triple teams. Sometimes the man even drew 4 defenders, so he would kick it out. And a lot of times his teammates just did not deliver. And I'm not trying to make the crazy claim that if Moses Moody were there last season, things would have been different. He would have been the X factor, the difference maker. Nah, not at all. But like I said in the intro, he would improve the roster. And mind you, if the Warriors actually pick up Moses Moody, then with the return of Klay, he probably won't even start out games. but his presence on the bench could be really similar to the Sixth Man of the Year Jordan Clarkson on the Utah Jazz, just some dependable scoring off the bench. And again, Moody could likely fill that role on any team. He doesn't absolutely need to become some star, nor am I saying he'll become one, but he definitely has that potential. And what I like about him especially is that although he can shoot the ball, he doesn't only shoot the ball, like he doesn't completely rely on that for his scoring. Back at Arkansas, he earned a good amount of buckets off drives, and he's just not afraid of contact. And the fact that he averaged about 6 free throw attempts per game shows that he knows how to finesse the easy ones at the line. But on to yet another reason why he would fit on this Warriors team. He just fits the small ball lineup and the small ball strategy. I mean, we should all know Steve Kerr's the same coach that called for 6'7" Draymond Green to play center. Not even kidding, obviously that's not the go-to, but NBA basketball has gotten to the point where you can do that and people might not even think twice about it. Like, you know it's a new era when 6'5" PJ Tucker played center for the Rockets a little last year. But back to the Warriors, I'm saying, if you give a 6'6" player that actually plays defense to Steve Kerr, he'll be playing small forward, shooting guard, maybe even power forward in some stretches. That's what Steve Kerr does. And although that sounds like a huge recipe for disaster defensively, the shot making I assumed they'd get would honestly make up for it. I mean, a scenario where the Warriors have Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and Moody, and whoever else on the floor at the same time. You're going to get points up, and chances are those points come from beyond the arc, just like you would want. So yeah, in a way it cancels out. But moving on to the last reason the Warriors need to draft Moses Moody if given the chance. And I can't lie, this is about to sound very contradicting and maybe even a little toxic, but they need to draft him because he could prove to be a valuable asset in trades. And I know, some may say, why do you want them to draft a guy just to get traded? But actually, I wouldn't want him to get traded, but I can't pretend the Warriors wouldn't have reason to consider it if he ends up providing good value. And I say this because we must understand the Warriors are still in win now mode. This isn't 2016 where Steph, Clay, and Dre are just entering their prime. No. If anything, Clay and Dre are in the middle of their prime, and I don't want to doubt Steph for a moment, but the man is 33, and let's be real, there is no time to waste. So yeah, the Warriors are in win now mode, and if Moses Moody plays like an impressive young talent as expected, the Warriors GMs probably will not hold back. They'll be quick to turn him into a valuable veteran bench piece, or just maybe even a budding all-star. And again, I wouldn't want him traded, but these are all real beneficial options that become open by drafting Moses Moody, and it's exactly why the Warriors need to draft Moses Moody. But anyways, yeah man, that's pretty much it for this video. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Moses Moody as an overall prospect. What team do you think he'd fit on best, or just where you'd want him to land? And yeah, I appreciate y'all watching as always. Like the sub, share it, sub if new, all of that. And I'll see you on the next one.